inspired this next piece, just to see a whole generation of our parents give and give and give of their bodies, of their lives, to these companies that used and used and used and were willing to throw them out like this the moment they thought they were no longer useful. And like, I wish I could say that things are getting better, but I see we just see this gap between the wealthy and everybody else growing, and it's so scary, along with all of the other things happening. And I write about my parents a lot. I write about them in all of my books, but I had this realization recently that I could fill book after book with all of their struggles and all of their triumphs. I could do that for the rest of my life, but it would still only be scratching the surface because their experiences are just that rich. This next piece is called Broken English, and it's a love letter to immigrants everywhere. Shit, I should write the next book here. The confidence you're giving me is unreal. I think about the way my father pulled the family out of poverty without knowing what a vowel was. And my mother raised 4 children without being able to construct a perfect sentence in English. A discombobulated couple who landed in the new world with hopes that left the bitter taste of rejection in their mouths. No family, no friends, just man and wife. 2 university degrees that meant nothing. 1 mother tongue that was broken now. 1 swollen belly with a baby inside, and a father worrying about jobs and rent, 'cause no matter what, this baby was coming. And they thought to themselves, for a split second, was it worth it to put all of our money into the dream of a country that's swallowing us whole? And Papa looks at his woman's eyes and sees loneliness living where the iris was. He wants to give her a home in a country that looks at her with the word visitor wrapped around their tongue. On their wedding day, she left an entire village to be his wife. And now she left an entire country to be a warrior. And when the winter came, they had nothing but the heat of their own bodies to keep the coldness out. So, like 2 brackets, they faced one another to hold the dearest parts of them, their children, close. They turned a suitcase full of clothes into a life and regular paychecks to make sure that the children of immigrants wouldn't hate them for being the children of immigrants. They work too hard. You can tell by their hands, their eyes were begging for sleep, but our mouths were begging to be fed. And that is the most artistic thing I have ever seen. It is poetry to these ears that have never heard what passion sounds like. And my mouth is full of likes and ums when I look at their masterpiece, because there are no words in the English language that can articulate that kind of beauty. I can't compact their existence into 26 letters and call it a description. I tried once, but the adjectives needed to describe them don't even exist. So instead, I ended up with pages and pages full of words followed by commas and more words and more commas, only to realize that there are some things in the world so infinite, they could never use a full stop. So how dare you mock your mother when she